And speaking of diversifying portfolios, so Tom, Rubicon had the Rubicon Carbon Ton. It's kind of this risk-mitigated derivative product for carbon credits. And you just came out with this carbon removal version of that very recently. Can you walk us through that?
Sure. The Rubicon Carbon Ton was designed for people that couldn't afford to have their own science team and couldn't build all this thing around it. And the design, so if you bought a Rubicon Carbon Ton, you were buying a curated portfolio of projects that we managed underneath it, similar to what an ETF would be in the market. So if you invented in a tech ETF, there was a bunch of tech stocks that you were curating all the time. And so we have a science team led by Jen Jenkins that looks at projects and then curates those projects. And so you came in, when you bought that ton, you have the right at any time to retire the projects underneath it whenever you want to, at the price point that you got in at. We'll provide liquidity if you didn't need it. We'll provide liquidity to come out of it. We then have also a version that's risk adjusted. So some projects become overcredited, as we know, or have leakage. And so we also put numbers on that and have a risk adjusted version of that ton. And the removal one was just because so many people wanted removals, we developed a removal portfolio. And you can also just build your own portfolio. We have a cool little calculator. And these are projects that we own, by the way. You can go through the projects we own. You can say, I want this one, this one, this one. It will give you a risk-adjusted price and a non-risk-adjusted price. And you can see what's trading and what we see and what we like. And you have access to our team. So that was the idea behind that, a risk diversification, which is always good in what you do. And then risk adjustment if you felt like you wanted to limit the risk that you had in those projects. And again, you have the freedom to retire whenever you want to and any portion you want to going forward. The premise was that eventually, if you think about companies, when they have a lot of money, or their pension funds have a lot of money, they tend not to hire a bunch of stock pickers and bond traders. They usually go to a professional money manager and have the professional money manager, within the framework that they want, manage their money. That if people in the future will be, and we think they will be, having a lot of offsets as part of their journey, that they're going to want a professional carbon credit manager to help them in that journey, as opposed to building the infrastructure around it. Because there's thousands of companies that will need it, that don't have the wherewithal to build in-house stuff.